Well, yeah, it's getting ready. Getting ready to start rain outside. Yeah, I got the overhead door open right there. You know, it's that kind of day. A little on the cool side, I'd say. Had a couple of coats out there. That's that Rust-Oleum primer I done put on that flywheel right there. It is a unique flywheel. I'm gonna put that flywheel up on that engine there, and we'll look at it being different. Let's do it. Well, just accumulation of the last few days. Some estate sale buys. I had some stuff come in the post up there, the mailbox. Estate sale finds, interesting items. Yeah, you know, you lay them in case, like them tungsten electrodes right there you're looking at. See, I don't have no TIG welder. Boy, I wish I did. It's just something I ain't never. Anyways, I've got the electrodes. Once I ever trade for a TIG welder, so you know I'm gonna put them on a shelf over there. That's the same way that silver solder there. You know, it's pretty expensive to buy that stuff. You know, estate sale. You know, if you buy the whole thing. Yeah, it comes in pretty cheap. So, well, that rain blowed on over for a minute now. It's kind of clear outside. I've been listening to the radio for the last few days, you know, kind of some side, and done some other stuff there for a little bit. And, but I'm just saying, you know, show goes on. We'll see, can we see where them timing marks are at in accordance to the flywheel position? Okay. The cam is, well, see, I think this is a little bit too far forward. So, right there's what I would turn in for a grade as my cam timing as compared to the pinion going by the keyway in relationship to the throw on the crankshaft, that being to the top, and one inch to the front. So I'll show it to you. If you do that, I know I'm repeating myself, but it works. So I've got the keyway in relationship to that throw in there on that crankshaft is the same opposite of this. So instead of it being straight up and down, I've got the crankshaft towards the engine, like center line here, 1 inch towards the engine. And then this cam lobe should be straight up and down. Okay, this engine actually has timing marks on it, and they're quite good condition. And going by this right here with no marks or anything, you will be within one tooth, either forward or backwards. And that will come to play once you add the other mechanism on here and you have problem adjusting your rocker arm straight across. It affects the opening and closing of the exhaust valve. That's that other side right there. You know, they already scraped all that paint off. Run a piece of sandpaper around there. Rim, you know, knocked her down there. You know, rubbed it down real good. And 2 coats of that Rust-Oleum rusty metal primer. And I'll let that dry a little bit there. And I'll give that a good sanding. You know, probably prime it again, I would think. Not to take it too as far as to remove the character of of it being an engine. Some remnants of the casting irregularities, let's say. It'll be slick, but it'll have some character. And we'll run a stripe around there. I'll show you something. I'll show you how to time these engines with no timing marks. I'll show you how to do that. But first, I need to. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna add this oiler, this strip oiler. It don't have any name on it, but it does have the vent tube, and it also has a check ball in there. I think Zach's company made this. It's a good job. So, and it's new, so I choose to use it on this engine rather than to use a used one. But well, I know I'll show you something. Okay, y'all see that? So this pipe right here is, if you use one of these little short, that's a 1/4-inch pipe adapter, same size on both ends, male and female, and all it does is gives you a little bit of extra length, as this pipe, a stock off the shelf. This is 6 inches long. Make a note of that. If you use a short adapter and a 6-inch long pipe, then along with this adapter at the top, this being my preferred setup, rather than screwing a longer pipe into the top of that cylinder. I feel that this brace right here to screw down into that cast iron cylinder is more, maybe forgiving, I guess. And you ain't gonna never be taking it out. So what I'm doing, I'll show it to you, is you know, it's time to put it in there. So I'm gonna use that Permatex right in the tube, and this is the kind right here that's the hard setting type. So I want to lock these two right down here. I want to lock them together into that cylinder sleeve. And then I want to be able to, maybe if I wanted to use a 1/4 inch pipe thread oiler, then I could take this off and it wouldn't screw the whole thing out. So that's the thinking behind the 2 grades, you know. So, but I would not use silicone on this, and I wouldn't put it together without a sealer of some kind. And this is just work for me, you know. So yeah, okay, see, I can see down in the top of that hopper into that cylinder sleeve. I can see all the way down in there, and it's very clean. Okay. So to look down in there, after I done screwed that down in there and back out right there, I can see that sealer has went down some threads, and this year it'll even go further, and you can see the okay, up on the top, I'm going to use, see that's already out of the water a little bit. Just keeping in mind that all of this is a complete, this adapter, the pipe, the whole setup is a replacement. The one was on there was damaged, so there is a as per eBay prices. So, you know, we've added a adapter, a brass 1/4 to 1/4 adapter. We added that, and we added a 6" by 1/4 inch pipe nipple. And this right here, the one was on there was like you go over to the hardware store and get it, you know. So it has the correct parts on it now. Okay. I'd kind of go ahead and log it in there. I'll get some primer on that. You know, well, oh yeah, I did find that oil can. Oh yeah, to show you how to time an engine that don't have any timing marks on it, I showed that to you. Well, I should put that flywheel on here. No, we'll do it right now. Okay, I can see in that cylinder up there that piston's all the way back. So, it's not completely all the way back. But because to be in that position, now that crankshaft now on this engine is, and would be on any other one if it's timed correctly. The crankshaft's all the way as far back as it will go. So there's been some ring grooves exposed, and you can actually look down in there and see them. But and I'm just gonna put just that much as well. I don't want the oil running out of it till I get paint on it, so we'll leave it as that and put this up here for storage. But this will be the one that goes on there. So now we up to this point have the cost of that complete drip oil system. But at this point, I feel that that is the best combination for cost as can be had. So, you know, when you're pricing this engine, you have to price that as a premium, because you can't get anything any better than that. Threads are all good. So it is a replacement, but it's nice. It should work perfectly. So anyways, the question was about these, how to time an engine like any of these that don't have a timing mark. I'll show it to you. And we'll go over there and look at that, because on this engine right here, the difference in the cams on these engines, understrike in particular, and overstrike, and EK magneto. I'll show it to you. I'll show you. This right here, well, this is these are understrike. This is an understrike cam, and it has an extra lobe on it. Now, these two parts here, eccentrics, that I saw that happen too. And basically what I ended up in that shape, which is this, and I saw that in two, And this cam right here is exactly like a Bosch magneto type. Only one lobe. So this part is that being the ignition part of it. So, and they just go on up in proportion, you know, 3 and a 6, you know. So we'll take not one of them in particular, just one that might be able to compare, see it better.